This week on The Rock, we interview and explore deeper with Mr. Williams, our new principal. The Rock tries camping, and we give an update on the situation with the COVID vaccines. All this and more this week on The Rock.
This fall, AHS is welcoming Mr. Williams as our new principal. We had the chance.
This week on The Rock, we interview and explore deeper with Mr. Williams, our new principal. The Rock tries camping, and we give an update on the situation with the COVID vaccines. All this and more this week on The Rock.
13 strong, we are The Rock. We'll make the show until we drop. We'll bring you news and we won't tell you lies. Please watch The Rock or we will cry. It's made for students just like you. You're gonna wanna see what we do this week on The Rock. 3, 2, 1, we're live.
Welcome back to The Rock AHS. I'm Lauren McClintock.
And I'm Joni Amayam. We are so excited to have you join us today for our final show of the year.
And we're especially excited to be ending it on such a high note with Toga Day. We look great, if I do say so myself.
All this school spirit seems like a good way to welcome our new principal.
Amy Mavar and Ali Perez introduce Mr. Williams in this next segment.
This fall, AHS is welcoming Mr. Williams as our new principal. We had the chance to talk with him and learn more about who he is and what he's hoping to bring to AHS.
I think the thing that I'm most excited about is being a part of post-pandemic learning. Mm-hmm. You know, this is an environment that you all should be very proud of yourselves for being able to navigate. Mm-hmm. None of your teachers, none of your administrators have ever had to learn through Zoom, all right? Like, you know, natural disaster or not, we were not online learning. Yeah. And so I love the challenge that is presenting around crafting out what learning looks like post a pandemic. One major thing that I would love to see is an increase in the number of students that gain college credit prior to graduating. Mm-hmm. That's definitely a big goal. I think that one of the things I'm greatly looking forward to is something that I've already experienced and continue to experience. The extreme level of hospitality afforded to me, and everybody with whom I've interacted has been incredible. I'm originally from Mississippi, the hospitality state, so that means a lot to me. And as you can imagine, New York moves too fast for people to think about niceties all the time. Yeah. But here, that's not the case. I think that people go through painstaking lengths to be kind here. And that's something that definitely I find extremely refreshing about transitioning here.
What is your favorite part about being a principal?
Oh my gosh. Don't get me emotional. I think that my favorite part is knowing that you are immediately impacting life outcomes and life trajectories. It's incredibly important that in the process of teaching and learning, we get that process right, because we only have one shot in which to do it. And so being a part of that process and being able to have a large stake in what that looks like is definitely something that I definitely take great pride in, and it fulfills me and it keeps me doing this work.
We are so excited to have him join our community. For The Rock at AHS, I'm Ali Perez.
It'll be so great to meet him in person.
You know, spring break starts next week. You got any plans?
Actually, I've been planning on going camping. Cooper and I take you along on our most recent camping trip to show you the basics for a successful camping in this next piece.
Really? Roll the clip.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Rock. So this week, The Rock is taking on camping. Now I know a lot of you are stuck at home for spring break, or you're trying to do a more socially distanced spring break, and camping is great for that. So yeah, we're gonna show you what you need to bring and how to do it. This is my gear. Just some extra layers, a bag, the necessities. And this is all of Cooper's stuff. He brought our chairs, a stove, firewood, food, and his own tent. Here's what else you'll need. Any bag that you feel comfortable, like carrying out into the wilderness, camping mattress of some kind. The quintessential camping item is a sleeping bag, a pillow. And this is a pillow, I know. water bottle, comfy shoes, and layers. A tent, ideally food and like snacks. You're gonna start a fire, you're gonna need firewood and a lighter, and also paper of some kind.
After getting packed, it was time to head to the campsite. We decided to camp at nearby Washington Park. Once we arrived at the campsite, it was time to cook dinner. Cooper cooked us some delicious pasta with red sauce on his camp stove.
After helping ourselves to some dinner, it was time to set up the tents.
After the tents were up, we made a fire. Or Cooper made a fire.
What are you doing there, Cooper? Describe the experience.
Pretending like I know how to do this.
Yeah!
Or does this all have to become B-roll because we're talking, or
No.
we just get to be extra special commentary?
How funny you are.
Hour 2. I've already put on my second layer of pants, and I got my hat. But we got a fire now, so I think it'll be good.
Next, we begged our good friend Jonah to come down and join us for some s'mores.
Wait, you'll come?
Yes.
Oh, you're seeing if you can?
Tell him to bring his guitar.
Bring the guitar! Can you bring the guitar?
I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay?
So we've decided not to sleep tonight.
What time is it right now?
It's currently 4:17, and we just went for a little run, played on the playground a bit.
I'm scared Lauren's gonna slip.
We've been doing science experiments. This is my legacy. I'm eating lots of carbs, so we're not sleeping.
The crew held out for a pretty long time, but eventually, we all went to sleep at sometime around 6 in the morning and got a few hours of sleep. When we woke up, it was time for some hot cocoa, packing up our tent, and trying out a hammock ladder. All in all, it was a really fun camping trip, and I would highly recommend trying something with your friends like this sometime soon. From the Rock at AHS, this has been Lauren McClintock.
Take a look at this.
That looked like so much fun. Can I go on the next trip?
I mean, as long as you're vaccinated like me, you'll be good to go.
Speaking of vaccines, Nathan and I cover all you need to know about the vaccination process and when you are eligible in our final segment. Vaccines. Nathan put a COVID right there. Hi-ya! Yes, what you've been hearing is true. Vaccines for COVID-19 are finally being distributed, and we're well on our way to herd immunity from COVID-19. Can I get a booyah? Booyah! That was good. Good job. I'm Dr. Jonah, expert in vaccinology, and this is your guide to COVID-19 vaccinations. Hi-ya! There are 3 main vaccines currently being distributed, although many others are being tested at the moment. These 3 vaccines are Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. All of these vaccines require 2 doses except for Johnson & Johnson, which only requires 1, and all of them have different levels of effectiveness. So far, Pfizer's been 95% effective, Moderna has been 94.1% effective, and Johnson & Johnson has been about 72% effective. Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, I am already tired of saying Johnson & Johnson. Moderna and Johnny are currently only being distributed to those 18 and older, but Pfizer has proven to be safe for those 16 and older. Remember to keep all of this in mind when planning your vaccination. How do I know if I'm eligible for a vaccination, Dr. Jonah, expert in vaccinology? Well, I'm glad you asked, broski. There are many websites and apps that will notify you whenever a new group of people becomes eligible, as well as questionnaires that will tell you whether or not you are currently eligible. If you aren't eligible, many websites can tell you when you will be. Anyone 60 or older, employees of living settings, high-risk essential workers, people 16 or older that are pregnant or have a disability, people who are 50 and older and live in a multi-generational household, educators and childcare workers, and finally, people who work in long-term care facilities. Vaccines are in limited supply at the moment, which is why the government has to prioritize certain groups over others depending on the risk of infection. There you have it. The light at the end of the tunnel is finally visible as vaccines are being distributed all over the world. The fight isn't over yet, but getting vaccinated is the first step in returning to normality. For the Rock at AHS, I'm Dr. Jonah. Yeah! Oh, that actually did kind of hurt, actually, not gonna lie.
It's so exciting we're making progress towards herd immunity.
Totally. Well, that wraps up our show for today. Thanks for tuning in.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to email them at therock@asd103.org. We love to hear your feedback. And with that, I'm Lauren McClintock.
And I'm Joni Amayam.
And
from our rock to yours, have a great day and great spring break, AHS.